I'm James Riswick, and this is the Volkswagen Taos. If you're looking for a small SUV that's actually family-friendly, this is a great option. Find out why? Here's its full Capital One Auto Navigator review. If you just look at the on-paper dimensions, the Taos seems kind of mid-pack. It's longer than a Hyundai Kona, but shorter than a Honda HR-V, for instance. But look at this back door. It is huge, and it's the first hint at just how family-friendly the Taos really is. Once inside, there is so much space back here. Never mind my long legs. I was able to fit a giant rear-facing child seat back here and still have enough room in the passenger seat for myself to fit. For the subcompact segment, that is so rare. But also back here, you have proper air vents, USB-C ports, an armrest, and even a pass-through to the trunk. Fantastic. Cargo space differs by drivetrain, so if you get all-wheel drive, there's a little bit less. Now again, on paper, this seems to be mid-pack. But in terms of real-world usability, I was able to fit more luggage back here than in any other subcompact SUV, and in most cases, it wasn't even close. Never mind the subcompact Honda HR-V, I was able to fit almost as much stuff in here as I could in the compact CR-V. In terms of interior quality, this isn't up to the standards of the CR-V or pricier compact SUVs, but for the subcompact segment that it's actually in, it's above average. The stalks and the buttons in particular, they feel expensive. On the other hand, like other Volkswagens, this does have touch-sensitive climate controls, which are just hard to use without looking at them. But I do suppose it's better than them being baked into the touchscreen. That would be worse. Now, speaking of the touchscreen, this does not have Volkswagen's latest tech interface. It's actually not necessarily a bad thing. Yes, it's only 8 inches, and yes, it's not as flashy, but unlike the newer systems, it's actually easier to use. To me, that's more important. And it still has wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The Taos provides a choice of either front-wheel drive or an all-wheel drive system that Volkswagen calls 4Motion. Now, they both come standard with an 8-speed automatic transmission and a turbocharged 4-cylinder engine that was actually upgraded back in 2025 to produce more power. It produces 174 horsepower and 184 pound-feet of torque. That is a lot for a base engine in this segment, and it does in fact feel punchier than the base engine in a Hyundai Kona, as well as the Honda HR-V and Chevy Trax. At the same time, its fuel economy is also very good. 31 mpg combined with front-wheel drive and 28 mpg with all-wheel drive. That's actually better than the Honda and the Chevy. As for the rest of the driving experience, I really like the steering. It's quite responsive. And the handling, it's composed. And in general, this feels more sophisticated than a lot of the other vehicles in this segment. Part of that is also the ride quality that's very good. Now, it's not plush. And also, there's quite a bit of road noise in here. So that is one area where the Taos reveals its lower price. And what is that price? Base prices go from between $28,000 all the way up to $38,000. That seems a little steep, but this mid-grade SE starts at around $31,000. That seems about right, especially since it comes with a power driver's seat, heated seats and steering wheel, wireless phone charging, and all the driver assistance tech that's pretty well executed, including standard adaptive cruise. So there is really good value here, especially when you consider that it has a 4-year warranty and all of this space. For the segment, for the money, this is a great choice.